Many communities across the country are considering new taxes on soda and sugar-sweetened beverages. A proposed soda tax failed in Santa Fe last year. On the Navajo Nation, like many tribal communities, there are high rates of obesity and diabetes. One way to address those health concerns is to help people reduce their consumption of soda and sugary beverages, extra calories folks don't need. For our series, Reconnecting with a Healthy Lifestyle, correspondent Antonia Gonzalez takes us now to the Navajo Nation to learn how efforts to encourage young people to choose water over soda is also shaped by access to clean drinking water.
The Star School is a charter school on the western edge of the Navajo Nation, near the community of Loop, Arizona. Just like any other school, the cafeteria is a busy place in the middle of the day. Today, sodas are not allowed on campus during school hours, but founder Mark Sorensen says that wasn't always the rule.
When we first opened the school and we allowed kids to bring their own lunches, nobody brought water, everybody brought soda.
Sorensen says when he moved to the Navajo Reservation 40 years ago, he rarely saw overweight or obese people. That's not the case anymore.
There's a tendency among our families to not drink very much water and to drink large amounts of soda. This contributes to diabetes and many other health problems.
Today, health officials estimate that nearly a third of Navajo people are diabetic or pre-diabetic. Pauline Butler says she's seen changes in eating habits, including attitudes about soda, in her lifetime.
Sodas were seen as a treat, something that you, as a reward. If, say, my great-grandmother say, well, I'm going down to the trading post, we were on top of the mountain. Going down to the trading post, if you girls can, get all the sheep, back in and have dinner cooked, and I come back, we'll share a can of soda.
Butler says she drank water, coffee, and Navajo tea growing up. She started drinking soda in boarding school, but decided years ago to cut back. In 2015, the Navajo Nation also began collecting a 2% tax on soda and junk food to encourage better habits. But getting people, especially kids, to drink water is still a challenge. Butler created new water bottles with an anti-soda message and gets kids involved in making infused waters. They call her the Water Lady.
I like the fact that the kids, if I see them in town and, they're going to check what I'm drinking. They're going to keep me in check. And they know that I'm going to keep them in check.
She says every student at the school has a connection to diabetes. Either a family member has been diagnosed or they are already being monitored for pre-diabetes. It's difficult to measure how well the water promotion strategy is working in one school, but she says families are reporting they see a difference.
When their parents tell me that they've made healthier decisions at home, where they've stopped drinking soda, they stopped drinking energy drinks, and how they are actually participating in making infused water at home. And when the parent actually tells me their sugar levels are down, their energy level is up, that's how I measure the success.
But just getting the kids excited about drinking water is not enough. Many homes lack access to clean drinking water. Tribal officials estimate 1/3 or more of households on the Navajo Nation do not have indoor plumbing.
People who don't have access to water, they spend a big portion of their time trying to find water or trying to access water or trying to strategize on how to get water on a weekly basis.
And the tribe faces enormous financial and technical challenges in connecting homes to water. The Navajo Nation stretches across 4 states. The Indian Health Service tracks households that lack water access and posts projects online that have been identified to address those needs.
Right now, the list is close to 600 million of what's needed for construction, and the Indian Health Service gets about $10 to $15 million a year to tackle that list. So it's kind of been, over the past several decades, it's always been this uphill battle to try to narrow that overall list from hundreds of millions to several tens of millions, but that's never been achieved. every year the list stays large and the funding stays small.
But that would only cover infrastructure. John says adding in maintenance and operating costs to meet demand over the next 40 years would raise the cost closer to $3 billion. Back at the Star School, there's a new tool on campus to teach students about the science of water testing and help provide temporary relief by filtering local well water that is discolored, smells, or tastes bad. They can also identify water that's contaminated by heavy minerals or other pollutants.
We have one pump at the back of the bus, that big green thing, and that's what pulls the water from the well. And then it puts it in the storage tank, which is that tall blue cylinder. And then it goes through our filtration equipment using another pump.
These are the micro filters, remember?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys remember what the micro filters fill
holes
out?
that have little, that take out the dust.
Yeah, right, yeah. So they're not going to filter out the tiny stuff, but it's going to filter out the dust particles.
When we get up here around 500, what does it say?
What is it? 126.
What does this say?
76. Oh, potentially hazardous.
Potentially hazardous. So if we get up above 500, that's potentially hazardous. Does it mean that's dangerous?
Yeah.
Potentially, right? Potentially means it might be dangerous.
Mark Sorensen worked with researchers at the University of Arizona to design a mobile filtration system that can serve communities near the school.
The bus is solar powered. All the pumps and everything are powered by the sun. And the unit is designed to filter 500 gallons of purified water a day. So that if you estimate that each individual uses around 2 gallons a day, that's 250 individuals a day. So that would, while it may not serve an entire community, it'll serve many clusters of families. And on the Navajo Nation, families tend to live in clusters. So we wanted to have an approach that actually fits our needs here in Navajo land.
A water filtration bus may not address the hundreds of millions of dollars of water infrastructure needs on the Navajo Nation, but Sorensen says young people can contribute to efforts to improve the health of their families and community.
One of our key values is relationships, respecting and honoring our relationships. This is a way that children can show their parents and their grandparents how much they care about them and how much they can do, that they're empowered to help.
For New Mexico in Focus, I'm Antonia Gonzalez.